Hey everybody, so today we're going to be talking about Pap results and what they mean. What if I told you that your Pap smear result might sound way scarier than it actually is? I know that the word abnormal can send you straight into panic mode. I've been there, but let's break down what these results actually mean without all the fear tactics. So first there's a normal Pap, and this is good news. This is what we all want. It means there were no abnormal cells found and you're good to go. And then you have ASC-H, which is atypical squamous cells of undetermined significance. This is the most common abnormal Pap result. It can be a result of either BV, inflammation, a yeast infection, or HPV. Doctors might want to do some more testing or test you for HPV if they didn't already, but most doctors will just want to repeat the Pap in a year. With ASC-H, you really don't need to do anything too invasive for this because for most people it clears on its own, especially if you start doing things to support your immune system, which I really suggest you start doing if you have any abnormal Pap result. Your vaginal flora and what's going on down there actually is a really good indicator of your overall health. So it's important to keep it healthy and do things to support it. All right, then we have something called LSIL, which is low-grade squamous intraepithelial lesion. That's a mouthful. This one means there are mild changes. Usually this is related to HPV. This is not cancer though. It's not even close to cancer. These changes often reverse without treatment. LSIL usually regresses in 60 to 80% of people within a year or two, especially when the immune system is supported. All right, and then you have something called ASC-H, which is atypical squamous cells cannot exclude a high-grade lesion. This one is much less common. I've actually got this result myself. I wasn't exactly sure what it meant, but after some research, it makes more sense to me now. It's basically that they see some changes on your Pap, but they can't really tell if they're mild or more severe. So usually I think it's kind of in between that, maybe between SIN 1 or SIN 2. Or for some people, it could just be inflammation or an infection as well. Many doctors will push you to get a biopsy after this result, but I decided not to. I'm giving my body time using natural support and monitoring things myself. You can pause and make an informed decision. Next, you have HSIL, which stands for high-grade squamous intraepithelial lesion. This one tends to freak people out the most. I had an HSIL result on my Pap before I had the ASC-H result on my Pap, which is my most recent Pap. I actually take that to mean it's regressing, but if you have HSIL as your result, don't go into panic mode right away. I know it's hard not to. I was pretty freaked out, but after doing some research, I really understood this does not mean that you have cancer at all. This usually means you have moderate to severe dysplasia, but these are still pre-cancerous changes that typically take years to turn into cancer, if they even do. Only about 1% of SIN 3 ever even develops into cancer. Regression is totally possible. 30 to 50% of HSIL can regress on its own, especially with the right support. All right, the last one that I'm going to talk about is AGC, atypical glandular cells. This one's way less common and it involves the glandular cells inside the cervical canal. It's more likely to lead to further testing, but don't panic. Rule out inflammation or an infection first. So the real question is, what should you do next, especially if you want to take a holistic approach? Here's what I recommend. Don't rush into procedures unless they're truly necessary. Many colposcopies and biopsies are done way too fast. But if you do choose to get one, look into getting a gentle or a soft biopsy. Support your immune system with proven tools like AHCC, turkey tail, DIM, I3C, methylfolate. I've got a video of all the supplements I'm taking. Supplements are really important for boosting your immune system right now. Consider inflammation and infections. Things like BV, yeast, or even a recent period can affect your Pap results. Sometimes having an abnormal Pap is not even HPV related, so it's important to rule other things out. Monitor your own cervix if you're comfortable with that. I do it at home with a speculum and a flashlight and my camera. You can take pictures and see what it looks like, and it's actually been really cool to monitor my progress in that way. Get follow-up care, but don't be bullied into anything you don't want to do. You're allowed to ask questions, take time, and do some research before jumping into anything that you might regret later on down the line. There's usually no need to rush into anything. The most important thing to know is that your body is capable of healing, especially when supported by the right tools and a calm, informed mindset. If you want more info on how I'm handling my own results, the supplements I use, check out my other videos, and be sure to like and subscribe.